Welcome, everyone. Welcome in. Okay, here you go. Here you go, unmute. Okay. Here you go, unmute. All right, let's go, guys. Let's do this. All right, then we have Mr. Toby in the chat. Toby, here you go, Toby. Here you go. Thank you so much for subscribing, Toby. We got his Maria in the chat. Here you go, Maria. Here you are. All right. Then we've got Julia in the chat. Here you go, Julia. Here you go. Then we got his Eloy in the chat. All right, Eloy. Here you go, Eloy. Thank you so much for subscribing. My next subscriber in the chat is Musharim. Here you go, Musharim. Thank you so much for subscribing, Musharim. We've got, after that, we got Troy in the chat. Troy, here you go. And we got then we got is Brody in the chat. Here you go, Brody. Thank you so much for subscribing. My next subscriber in the chat is Tiff. Here you go, Tiff. Here you go, Tiff. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then we got is Nicholas in the chat. Thank you so much, Nicholas. Here you go. My next subscriber in the chat is Nancy. How are you, Nancy? Thank you so much for subscribing. My next subscriber in the chat is Devin. Here you go, Devin. Thank you so much for subscribing, Devin. And my next subscriber. All right, then we got is Elena. Thank you so much, Elena, for subscribing. Here you go. My next subscriber in the chat is Isaac. Here you go, Isaac. All right, here you go, Isaac. Thank you so much for subscribing. My next subscriber in the chat is Leah. Here you go, Leah. Everybody drop your names in the chat. Here you go. Let's do Richard now. All right, Richard. Thank you so much for subscribing. Here you go, Richard. All right, my next subscriber in the chat is Ian. All right, Ian, here you go. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then my next subscriber is Louie. Here you go, Louie. Thank you for subscribing. My next subscriber after Louie is Mateo. Here you go, Mateo. Thank you so much for subscribing. My next subscriber after Mateo is Sahan. Here you go, Sahan. Thank you so much for subscribing, Sahan. Here you go. My next subscriber in the chat is Zachary. Here you go, Zachary. Thank you so much for subscribing. And my next subscriber in the chat is Brianna. Here you go, Brianna. Thank you so much for subscribing, Brianna. My next subscriber after Brianna is Yarina. Yarina, here you go. Thank you so much for subscribing, Yarina. My next subscriber is Emil. Here you go, Emil. Am I pronouncing your name right? Here you go. Where are you watching from, Emil? Then we got his Jax in the chat. Where are you from, Jax? My next subscriber in the chat is Minnie. Here you go, Minnie. Thank you so much for subscribing, Minnie. My next subscriber in the chat is... Everybody hit that subscribe button. Let's go. Then we got is Hayi Ying. Here you go. Hayi Ying. Where are you watching from, Hayi Ying? Where are you from? And my next subscriber in the chat is Cardiff. Here you go, Cardiff. Thank you so much for subscribing, Cardiff. Thank you. My next subscriber in the chat is... Here you go. JD, which name are you talking about? Which name do you want me to put? JD, you need to write it again. All right, Ella, here you go. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then we've got is Mariam in the chat. Here you go, Mariam. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Charlie. Here you go, Charlie. Thank you so much for subscribing. Here you go, Charlie. Thank you. My next subscriber in the chat is Nora. Here you go, Nora. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Riley. Here you go, Riley. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then we have is Oakley in the chat. Thank you, Oakley, for subscribing. Here you go, Oakley. And my next subscriber in the chat is Aaron. Here you go, Aaron. Thank you so much for subscribing. My next subscriber in the chat is Theo. Thank you so much, Theo, for subscribing. My next subscriber in the chat is Frankie. Here you go, Frankie. Thank you so much for subscribing. All right, my next subscriber is Milando. Here you go, Milando. Thank you for subscribing. My next subscriber in the chat is... All right. Okay, here you go, Jax. Here you go. Here you are. Take a screenshot, JD. Take a screenshot. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Cave. Thank you so much, Cave, for subscribing. Thank you. Then my next subscriber in the chat is... You're welcome. Then we got is Bellamy. Here you go, Bellamy. Thank you so much for subscribing. Here you go. My next subscriber in the chat is Tay. Here you go, Tay. Thank you for subscribing. And everybody give it up for Leia in the chat, guys. Thank you so much, Leia, for subscribing. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Fatland. Thank you so much, Fatland, for subscribing. Here you go, Fatland. My next subscriber in the chat is Dylan. Here you go, Dylan. Thank you so much for subscribing. My next subscriber in the chat is Jacob. Where are you watching from, Jacob? Where are you watching from? Tell me in the chat. Then my next subscriber in the chat is... Thank you, JD. Then we've got is Jennifer in the chat. Here you go, Jennifer. Thank you so much for subscribing. Jennifer, here you go. My next subscriber in the chat is Paris. Here you go, Paris. Thank you so much for subscribing. My next subscriber in the chat is Ollie. Everybody give it up for Ollie. Thank you so much for subscribing, Ollie. Here you go. My next subscriber in the chat is Elijah. Here you go, Elijah. Thank you so much for subscribing, Elijah. My next subscriber in the chat is Leo. Here you go, Leo. Thank you so much for subscribing, Leo. And my next subscriber in the chat is Lily. Here you go, Lily. Thank you so much for subscribing. My next subscriber in the chat is Mia. Here you go, Mia. Thank you so much for subscribing, Mia. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Maya. Here you go, Maya. Everybody give it up for Maya. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Mikey. Here you go, Mikey. Thank you so much for subscribing, Mikey. Thank you. My next subscriber in the chat is Isaac. Here you go, Isaac. Thank you so much for subscribing. My next subscriber in the chat is Holly. Here you go, Holly. Thank you so much for subscribing, Holly. My next subscriber in the chat is Florence. Thank you, Florence, for subscribing. Everybody give it up for Florence. Here you go. My next subscriber after Florence is Freddie. Here you go, Freddie. All right. Everybody, drop your names in the chat. Everyone, drop your names in the chat. Let's go. Then we got his Gabriella. Here you go. Hold on, Gabriella. Here you go. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then we've got is Noah in the chat. Here you go, Noah. Thank you for subscribing. And my next subscriber in the chat is, you're welcome. It is Ella. Here you go, Ella. Thank you so much for subscribing. My next subscriber in the chat is Archie. Everybody give it up for Archie. All right, here you go, Archie. Thank you for subscribing. My next subscriber in the chat is Rapik. Here you go, Rapik. Thank you so much. My next subscriber in the chat is Osama. Here you go. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Holly. Here you go, Holly. Thank you so much for subscribing. My next subscriber, it is, everybody drop your names in the chat. Let's go. Ahmed, here you go. Thank you so much for subscribing. My next subscriber is Ernesto. Thank you, Ernesto, for subscribing. Everybody give it up for Ernesto. Here you go, Ernesto. Thank you so much for subscribing, Ernesto. Then we got his Jasmine in the chat. Thank you, Jasmine, for subscribing. All right, my next subscriber in the chat is Haley. Everybody give it up for Haley. Thank you so much for subscribing, Haley. Everybody give it up for Haley. All right, my next subscriber in the chat is Jackson. Thank you so much, Jackson, for subscribing. My next subscriber in the chat is Victor. Thank you so much, Victor, for subscribing. My next subscriber in the chat is Denny. Thank you so much, Denny, for subscribing. Denny. My next subscriber in the chat is Drew. Thank you, Drew, for subscribing. My next subscriber in the chat is. Then we got. My next, everybody drop your names in the chat. Molly, thank you, Molly, for subscribing. My next subscriber in the chat is, let me see the chat. It is Emil. Thank you so much, Emil, hold on. Emil, here you go. Thank you so much for subscribing, Emil. My next subscriber in the chat is Arvin. Thank you, Arvin, for subscribing. My next subscriber in the chat is Judge. Thank you, Judge, for subscribing. My next subscriber in the chat is Emma. Okay, Emma, here you go. Thank you so much for subscribing. My next subscriber in the chat is Naze. My next subscriber in the chat is Mikey. Here you go, Mikey. My next subscriber here in the chat is Tallulah. Here you go. Thank you so much for subscribing, Tallulah. Here you go. My next subscriber in the chat is Aaron. Here you go, Aaron. Thank you so much for subscribing. My next subscriber is, everybody drop your names in the chat. Phoenix. Here you go, Phoenix. Thank you so much for subscribing. My next subscriber in the chat is Emily. Thank you, Emily, for subscribing to me. My next subscriber in the chat is Den. Thank you, Den, for subscribing to me. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Ava. Here you go, Ava. Thank you so much for subscribing. Darson, you are next. Here you go, Darson. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then my next subscriber in the chat is, it is Andy. Here you go, Andy. Thank you so much for subscribing, Andy. Then my next subscriber in the chat is, it is Holox. Here you go, Holox. Thank you so much for subscribing. And my next subscriber in the chat is Cassius. Here you go, Cassius. Thank you so much for subscribing, Cassius. My next subscriber in the chat is, thank you so much, Mr. Waffle. Do you want me to write Waffle? Here you go, Waffle. Thank you. All right. And my next subscriber name in the chat is